Yes, this is a blockbuster announcement. The Supreme Court has voted to overturn Roe v. Wade. This decision just came down. It's a 213-page decision. You've got to read through all of that to find out if there are any dissents, who dissented, what precisely they said, and is this ruling precisely the same now as the draft that was leaked earlier. Tammy Bruce, still with me. I'm concerned, look, I don't know what the reaction is so far, but I'm very concerned about these days of rage which are promised outside the justices' homes.
Yes, well, it certainly has not been a secret. We've known what this group has argued they're going to do. It sounds, many have argued that this is like domestic terrorism. This has also been an effort to try to influence the court, which is a federal crime. And yet the Department of Justice has not acted on that. That is, and then we had, of course, the attempted murder of Justice Kavanaugh. So we know that there are unhinged people who are reacting to the rhetoric from the left, which has been insightful. It has been inappropriate. It's also mostly been a lie. That this does not, while Roe versus Wade is overturned, it does not make abortion illegal. It simply moves it to the states. The Supreme Court does not make law. They don't decide what's law and what is not law. They say what's constitutional. And as a result, this means that the states, and which, as I've argued, feminists and everyone should applaud, is that it's closer to your vote, that you have more of a chance of controlling and influencing your state legislature, and even organizing to influence various state legislatures. Exactly. This is what then the left prides itself in being able to do, and yet they don't do it because they've liked this tension. They've liked this division. They've wanted this to be able to have these days of rage. They don't want success. They don't want to actually work at changing the issue while complaining about the court and then being upset that this issue is now no longer at that level. That tells you that their intentions are not about women's health or even abortion. It's about how to divide the American people. My left-wing activism began on this issue. And this is, I consider, a success because of women's power and influence as voters, with a majority of voters now, and our power in existing political office, in social issues, in general with the internet. So this is, however, the rhetoric has moved, like these groups, these left-wing groups, to perpetuate any kind of violence and division, and that is something all of us should condemn, and the DOJ should act on in arresting individuals they know are conspiring to do any kind of violence against churches, against pregnancy centers, and against Supreme Court justices.
Why haven't they got an informer inside? What's the name of this organization that's threatening days of rage?
It's like Ruth sent us, and then, but not that group. There's a secondary group. Yeah, these are ad hoc groups, by the way, and I remember them when I was on the left. Ad hoc groups that are formed underneath existing groups that don't dare do something like this. They make up names, and then they're free to make the threats that they want to make anonymously. And at this point, the Department of Justice, perhaps they're doing things that we're unaware of to protect the justices and to deal with these groups like they have.
Jane's Revenge is the name.
Jane's Revenge.
Yeah.
So just like they've done with the white supremacist groups, and they've, like, raided homes and arrested people, this needs to be taken seriously. Congressman
Mike Waltz is with us, Republican from the great state of Florida. Congressman, the ruling has come down, 213 pages of it. What's your news today?
Well, Stu, I mean, to Tammy Bruce's point, and I think it's worth reinforcing, the Congress has never passed federal legislation one way or another on abortion, that you have a national right to it or a national ban. And that's why the Roe versus Wade decision 50 years ago was so overreaching and so unconstitutional. Essentially, they were legislating from the Supreme Court. And I truly applaud it being struck down. It was unconstitutional. And also, to her point, it's back to the states now. And it is for the state legislators, not courts.
It's been taken out of the legal realm. I think what's important here is it's been taken out of the legal constitutional realm and put into the political realm, which restores power to voters. Voters and we, the people, may now express our opinion on how we want our society to be run. I think in that respect, I think this is a good ruling. You too?
That's right, but that's not going to be the narrative from the left.
Nope.
Be prepared for the scorched earth tactics of the left, both politically as we head into the midterms, but also emotionally in trying to ramp people up.
Do you think it helps them? Do you think this helps the Democrats, Congressman? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Do you think this helps the Democrats?
I do think it helps the Democrats politically because they will use it with essentially the lie of the narrative that this is some type of national ban. They want to go after suburban women, and they will twist and turn this narrative. But I also think they're going to overreach. Almost assassinating a Supreme Court justice is just unconscionable. Thank God we passed the law to at least be able to protect their family and authorize law enforcement. And by the way, Stu, where's the leaker? Where's the leaker that leaked this?
Exactly.
And where's the accountability there to try to influence this decision? But the justices, stood their ground. I think this is a correct decision. And finally, the science has changed. And if we can get that narrative out there that unborn babies feel pain, they have heartbeats, they are lives that deserve to be protected, I think we have to shift the narrative on our side. This isn't about women's what a woman has a right to do. This is about a young baby, a young child that deserves a chance. And this is about children's rights as much as it is anything else.
Congressman, hold on for a second. I'm just trying to bring our audience up to speed on what's happened here. The ruling has come down from the Supreme Court, and Roe v. Wade has been overturned.